The biggest challenge is honestly is staying hungry, because you could get like complacent, right? Like you gotta think like, I'm from the neighborhood. Like I didn't know people coming up who made the type of money that we're able to make in this space. So at times you could get comfortable. It's normal, right? It's normal to just say, okay, I'm chilling at this time. I feel like I'm good. I don't got to keep grinding. But then there's other times where I'm like, nah. That's why I stay around people who's kind of in a better position than me, or my circle where everyone's like, yeah, you got to get some more money, or we got to keep leveling up. Because if you don't have that, it's easy to get complacent. So I would just say finding a way to just always stay hungry.
Yo, what's poppin'? You know what time it is? Your boy, Mr. J Hill Podcast. We are in the building. Oh man, it's one of them ones, man. I told y'all, I keep attracting like entrepreneurs, man. I'm feeling the vibes, man. This guy to my left right here, originally from Boston, Massachusetts. This guy has been hustling for, I want to say, quite a while now. I mean, he jumped into the credit space. He helping people make money. Then he started doing digital products. I mean, this guy right here. And one thing I like about this guy is I watched his $1 million worth of game Entrepreneur Spotlight, and he was just spitting. So like he know what he talking about. We might have a different conversation today. Mr. Darius Benders is in the building. What up, dog?
Not much, man.
How
I
you
appreciate
feeling,
you
dog?
having me, bro. I'm
Man.
good, man. Blessed, can't complain. Another day.
I'm gonna turn these lights on.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
No, you good, bro.
I always forget these damn lights for some
You
reason.
just fire though.
No, I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, man. So like, that's how long you been doing this actually? Like this whole entrepreneur space. Like, how long you been in it?
So I've been an entrepreneur, bro, now for since I was like 22. I graduated school. I worked jobs for like that first year after school. It really wasn't for me. So I got an entrepreneurship right away.
Word.
But the online space, doing funding and credit, it's been about two and a half years since I've been in online space in total. The education part has been 2 years just officially.
Okay, so wait, so basically kind of maybe around COVID time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So COVID was like a pivotal time, because that's when basically I was doing nightlife before, and I
Right.
know if nightlife shut down because COVID.
Mhm.
So I was like not getting no money. There was nothing coming in, and I really had to figure something out. And then that's when I learned about this. So it was literally COVID time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, how has the business been since then? Because COVID, like everything kind of like slowed up.
Facts. So a lot of people say the entrepreneurs who was online during COVID, a lot of them ain't making it. Well, I had just started, so it's been a blessing, bro. I can't even lie. Transitioning to the online space was different, because in nightlife, business is all at the core the same. Like it's product, person, marketing, but the online space, I find it dope because you can reach people that from all over the world. Like I ain't gotta live near you, I don't even gotta know you. Versus the nightlife, it's more hands on. So I felt like honestly, the nightlife was more like grit, like getting it out the mud. Like I gotta meet people, I gotta network, I gotta build relationships.
Right.
Versus the online space, bro, if you get good at marketing, you have a product or service that you do. Like we help people get money. Who don't like the person
No,
who can help
facts.
them
Yeah.
get money? So yeah, it's been good, bro.
What's been the I guess the biggest challenge so far now that COVID is over and people aren't getting as much money as they used to be getting?
Well, for us, that's not really a challenge because we help people get access to the money. So I came in after people was getting all them, was it PPPs and all those stuff. So I wasn't in the online space yet at that time. After is when we started. But like the banks, bro, they're giving out money. It don't matter if what's going on, because the way the banks make money is off collecting interest. So they're counting on people not being able to pay them back, or they're gonna, add that 15 to 20% that they charge when they give you these products.
Okay, so I guess not even about COVID, then I guess what's the biggest challenge about just being in this space in general then?
That's a good question. The biggest challenge is honestly is staying hungry, because you could get like complacent, right? Like you gotta think like, I'm from the neighborhood. Like I didn't know people coming up who made the type of money that we're able to make in this space. So at times you could get comfortable. It's normal, right? It's normal to just say, okay, I'm chilling at this time. I feel like I'm good. I don't got to keep grinding. But then there's other times where I'm like, nah. That's why I stay around people who's kind of in a better position than me, or my circle where everyone's like, yeah, you got to get some more money, or we got to keep leveling up. Because if you don't have that, it's easy to get complacent. So I would just say finding a way to just always stay hungry.
I ask that because like it's like everybody's doing credit, it seemed like. But I don't know, like it seemed like everybody's doing credit, but everybody credit ain't good as well. So I know there's plenty of clients out there, but I just feel like people don't have that as a priority as much. I don't know.
No, you're not lying. It's so people talk about saturation. I don't believe that things can be oversaturated if you apply enough pressure. So like there's always going to be in any field, like podcasting, everybody doing it now. Everyone's going to put in the work Jay Hill going to put in. Everyone's going to shoot X amount of episodes a day. And everyone's not the person, right? So with credit, it's the same way. There's a million people, because I coach a lot of people on how to grow their businesses, but I understand the mindset. Like, we think we in the business of what we do. You're not in the you're not where you are because of podcasting. You're where you are because of who you had to become. Podcasting is just the thing you do. For me, I always been like a workhorse. Like before this, everything I did, former Division I, walk on turn, starter. So my mindset coming into this was, I already know I'm gonna outwork 80% of the people who's in the field. So when I got into the field, that's why we were able to kind of grow so fast. So for me, it's simple. Marketing, my product, making sure my product is good and actually delivers results, because that make it easier. And then just continue to get better. That's a 3-step process.
Yo, so when you talk about getting complacent, right? At what point of time is enough though? Or is that even, does that even exist?
That's a good question. I think I ask myself that sometimes. And I think that like people ask all the time, like, you know, when are you gonna like stop, or when do you feel like enough is enough? For me, I think it's just dependent on the person, depending on what you want. I know that like the things I want out of life. The reason I got into this is because I seen that people were able to not be capped. So for me, there's a lot of things I want to do. I feel like I haven't even touched the surface of the things I'm trying to do. So for me, I'm not near the point where I'm like, oh, enough is enough, right? So it's just about what the individual wants.
Yo, how long do you see yourself doing this, bro? Because I know like this, I was just doing some research and just looking, and it wasn't really about the research. It really was just like the thought process to put my mind in. Because I've been interviewing a lot of entrepreneurs, but I was thinking like, how can I make this different? And one thing I never asked yet was, like, you know, a job it gives you security, right? So like you can have retirement, you get those checks when you retire. Entrepreneurship is like, it seems like when when you stop, it all stops. So like, what's the, not backup plan, but like, do you ever fear that, like, bro, like how long I'm gonna be doing this? You know what I'm saying? How can this make me good for life? You know what I'm trying to say?
That's a great question. So I feel like the point, like I'm coming into a point now, like I'm just joining a real estate program now, because making money's first, right? When we in the struggle, we just want to figure out how the hell I make some bread. Second thing is like, okay, I learned how to make bread, but how do I make the bread and keep the bread? And now I'm at a point where now I want to learn how to make my money make money for me, right? Because the reason jobs, we say, are secure is because you can take your check, you can put it into something that's going to continue to grow for you, or you have what you think is good after retirement, right? A couple $1,000 a month. But entrepreneurship is the same thing. If you're making a lot, we're a heavy cash flow business. So I start taking this money and putting it into cribs. Let's say I get, 5, 10 cribs that even cash flow, $1,500 a month. Now we start getting to $15,000, $20,000 in cash flow. Then we talk about the equity, right? So that's kind of my plan. That's a good question. I just locked in because now I'm starting to think about that. Like, working hard is cool, but we don't want to work hard forever. That's the point of this, to get in and learn how to be able to create enough cash flow that you can put into things that'll grow.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, you good.
Yo, okay. Another question I was curious about. When it comes to this entrepreneur stuff, right? It's like, I feel like in this space, we can only do but so much. And I feel like with the consumers, and I asked this a couple times, the expectation is like, I don't want to say high far as you, but it's like so high for the person that's helping them, but it's so low on the work that they got to put out for themselves, if that makes sense.
Say it one more time. So
like, that expectation of what you can do for them is high.
Yes.
But what they got to do is low.
Yes.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
And it's like, bro, like, and then when that comes, if you don't help me the way that I think you should help me now, scammer words, it's everywhere. Everybody a scammer.
Absolutely.
And especially coming from Boston. I've never been like that, but I'm only assuming because I'm from Baltimore.
Yep.
It's similar. So
it's
like,
up north, yeah.
So it's like, man, I believe everybody's scamming anyway. Facts. So when somebody's spilling that, it's like, man, that gotta mess up the business sometimes. Like, how that work when in your field?
Now that's good, bro. The key for us is transparency. The difference is a lot of people in my space, they overpromise and underdeliver. I took the opposite approach because I seen earlier. That's why I don't focus on like credit repair, because credit repair is unpredictable, right? You can get people results, but what people will do is they'll say, yeah, 30 days to 60 days. That's don't capture them people. Tell them people, hey, an average time frame might be somewhere between 3 and 9 months. It can be done sooner, but it can take a little longer. Those are two totally different statements. So when you do that, you know how we operate, right? Our people, oh, you said 3 months, bro. You said 30 days. We have 45 days. What's going on? So what I do is, bro, we're super transparent. My whole team, anyone who signs up for any of our programs, they get a one-on-one call from one of our VAs, right? And they break down everything. They go over what's in the program, what's entitled, and what they signed up for. Therefore, there's no gray area at all. That's one thing we do. And then in terms of like where we're from, I felt like transparently, my city was kind of last to start rocking, right? And the reason is, like you said, when we up north, we got the mindset already that sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
But if you put out a good product and you start getting people so many results, people can't deny it. So now we got more people in my program from like my city than we ever had before. Because at the end of the day, if someone keeps showing real like testimonials, you can't keep saying, it sounds like it's a finesse or whatever.
Yo, how many people you got in your program?
Currently, in the last 12 months, we've coached over 1,100. I think at the moment we're at like 200 and around 20.
220?
Yep.
Like, what's the average price point?
So our average price point, we have programs that range from $1,500 all the way up to $30,000. Our core offer is probably our 5K offer, and that's where we have two of those. One where they're gonna learn how to get funding, grow their business, and then run a funding company, so they could do what we do as a service.
So on average, you got 200 people paying you $5,000 a month?
No, not a month. No, one time payment. No, it's not a reoccurring. We do have a low ticket reoccurring, $49 a month for people who want to start there and then they could grow.
How many people you got doing that?
In our reoccurring, we got about 200 members in our reoccurring.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
How do you 200 people? I know you gotta your mindset is to keep this thing and keep getting more,
Absolutely.
right? Like, what as a business owner? I'm not even talking about the credit. I'm just talking just man to man.
Yep.
As a business owner, what are some of the things that you're working on to keep it at that number, or have more people come in? So have the people that's there stay for longer.
Stay, right? Well, the goal is for the 49 people to ascend to the higher price point. The reason I started the community was I realized that when we just had a 5K offer, what I was doing was, because originally I started with just low tickets. So I used to sell just low ticket items because I was thinking like where I'm from, man, I know I can help everybody get it for a little bit. I can help everybody, then they'll grow, which is cool. But then when I started going to higher ticket 5,000, I realized that the people I'm dealing with, they're paying more attention because they're paying more. They're taking it a little more serious and they're executing, right? You could drive more transformation, because what happened if you pay me like $50, you might be like, all right, if it worked, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you pay me $5K, you're like, nah, I gotta get my bread back.
Yeah, it gotta work.
Exactly. So that's the mindset difference. So we started going to that. But what I realized was I was leaving a lot of money on the table by not having something where people could still meet me where they're at and then grow with me. So we started a community a few months back. And the goal of that, bro, is, like I said, just to get them foundationally set up, help them build their credit, and then help them get their first $20,000-$25,000 in funding. So now they see it's real. Because the biggest thing is taking people from possible to probable. Like, they see it online all day. Yeah, I see all these credit people, they posting this stuff and all these putting up in the air telling you what banks, but I don't know if it's real. So for $49, okay, if it don't work, it don't work. Now they get in there and they can see, oh shit, this shit really does work. I'm all in on this thing. Let me go level up so I can get more hands-on training, more masterminds and things like that.
So for $50, you really be getting people like $20,000 in funding?
Yeah. We got people in our $49 program that have gotten over $100,000 in funding. The way we structure it is you get, and this is the difference. This is kind of, I guess, a coaching advice for anybody. Your low ticket and your mid ticket and your high ticket is all essentially the same thing, just with more access. So in my $49 program, they get all the resources. They just don't get me. You get all of our funding lists. You get all the recordings. You get trainings. You get access to people on my team who do Q&A sessions. That's easy for you to be able to go out and run the play. It's the same information. Then when you're like, okay, I'm ready to get to that next level, then you come up and now you mastermind with me live. Yeah.
Damn. Sheesh, that's tough, bro. Yo, how many people you think you get like real life-changing money?
So in the last, we funded $24 million in the last 18 months.
Damn.
Yeah, 18 months. So we do the service still as well, right? So some people come to me, they already got a 700 plus. They're like, bro, I just need some money. I don't really want to learn it. I get it, right? Sometimes if you kicking already, maybe you don't have time to learn it. So we still do the service, and then we have our program where we show people how to do it for themselves and do it for others. Between the two, it's been 24 million.
That's fire. Yeah, one thing that stood out to me, I think I said it, was when you was doing $1 million for GameSpot, like you knew what you were talking about, but not even that, because it seemed like a lot of people that go there, it seems like they know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. You were giving new information.
Oh yeah,
and it was dope because like I think you were saying like you wasn't doing it for too long.
Yeah,
like you was doing it for a year or so.
Yeah.
Then, but you still had the information. Tell me a little bit about that. How much was you researching this credit space before you got into it, or even if you weren't researching that much, how good was the guy that you paid that taught you? Yeah.
Okay, now that's a good question. So the way I learned, bro, it was crazy. That conference in Atlanta, it was a circle of CEOs. I went there and I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't go there for a credit. I just went there because I was tired of being broke. I'm like, I gotta figure something out. I see mad black people look like they getting money. I'm trying to see what's up. So I went there.
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
It was I paid they had the VIP, I couldn't afford it, so I did the 197 ticket.
Okay.
And then me and my cousin split it. Right.
That's smart. Okay.
So we went down there and I was just like, yo, I just want to meet people. Like, I'm just taking IGs. So one of the dudes at the subway line downstairs, my guy Mel, he was down there. He was cool. I was like, what's going on, bro? What do you do? Because that's what everyone seemed to be asking people. He was telling me, yeah, I do credit. I'm like, all right, bet, let's lock in. But I did that with probably like 50, 60 people. So I had reached out to a lot of the people after, and he was one of the ones that hit me back. Like, hey, what's going on, bro? Let's mastermind. I'm like, bet. So we hopping on Zoom. He's showing me the stuff he's learning. I'm showing him. I was doing nightlife, so I was showing him how I was getting people in the club essentially as marketing. I was saying I was decent at marketing, right? So that's how we exchange value. But when I'm seeing, I'm like, he telling me like, yo, you could walk into the bank if your credit profile look just like this, and they'll give you 25, 50, 100, 150,000. And at first I'm like, nah, this don't sound right. So now I start kind of looking it up on my own. I'm like, yo, that's what I need to learn, because most people where we from, the problem ain't like the strategy. The problem be, how do I get some bread to start what I want to start?
Right,
that's the biggest problem. So I was like, nah, that's what I need, because I knew I needed more money to do the things that I wanted to do. So once he showed me it, bro, I went out. I got $167,000 in funding in 47 days because my credit wasn't bad. I just had to build it. So, building it is real easy. You can go add some credit builder accounts, let them age for a few months, and then you could go get the bag from credit unions, tier 1 type banks. And then from there, bro, people asking me, how was I doing that? And when we learn some new information, we want to bring it back to the neighborhood. Yeah. So I was just showing people around the way. People was like, can you get me some funding? I'm like, yeah, let's try it. This is before I even had a funding company. I was just like, yeah, I got you. But of course, there was a lot of naysayers. So as I just got real good, I started funding people, helping people build their credit, fix their credit. I'm like, I like this game. And then
when you got the money, what did you do? My bad. Not that.
When I first got the money, I'm getting to that. The first thing I did was, after I got people some funny stuff, then I was like, oh, let me start this tarot thing. So the first thing I did was tarot business, right? So I went out, 5 cars. Okay. Yeah, I went out, got 5 cars. I leveraged the credit. I got 2 auto loans from DCU, and then they also gave me a credit card. I went and got a cash car off Facebook Market, and then I bought another like Honda. Okay. So I had like 3 cars at first. Then I got 2 more after I seen that the business was making sense. And then I started doing too much. This is where a lot of people mess up. I was like, all right, bet, I'm the credit guy who diversifies his money. So then I went and got some Airbnbs in Tulum. That shit was a bust. Then I got an Airbnb in Miami. That shit was a bust. I ended up losing a lot of bread. But in the process, I always say that sometimes you got to grow through what you go through. So for me, it was L's, but it was learning. So then I dialed back. I say, all right, let me just focus on 1 or 2 things. I was on a tarot wave. And then I came across my guy, Runway. I had been following him for a while.
From Philly.
Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. And I had tapped into his program, bro, where he now show you how to teach what you're doing. Because I always liked teaching. Even when I was dead broke, I was the dude trying to teach people stuff. And then, I took off after his program. It was in August. I remember I made my first online sale, right? And then once I made that first sale, I'm like, yo, this shit is real. And then I started just helping more people. We were just doing low-ticket products. Master classes, $27. 2-day intensive, $297. I was doing that. We was running it up. I moved out of Boston the next month, October 2 years ago.
All right, it's so many questions I got. Hold up, bro. I'm gonna shelf the businesses because that's a great conversation.
Yeah.
This is just some random question. What separates the students from the teachers? So like, I've been interviewing like a lot of entrepreneurs, but it's not like I interview all of y'all. I interview the NEOs, the Socrates CEOs, then I interview like their mentees, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like y'all all, I don't want to say do the same thing, but essentially like
It's the same thing.
Yeah, that the coach is teaching the student to do what he doing.
Absolutely.
What separates the two?
Just the person who makes a decision. It's just simply making a decision, like who says I want to go from just servicing to now serving the people. I want to make more impact. That's really the only difference between the people teaching now.
Like let's say like a you on a runway,
Mm-hmm.
where like you took his course or whatever.
Yep.
Like essentially, again, to people that don't know no better, if I'm listening to you, I'm like, shit, I want to go to the dude that teach him.
Yeah.
But like, what's the difference?
I get what you're saying.
Like,
okay, what's the difference? That's a good question. That's a great question, bro. The difference is just this. And that's why I tell everybody, don't worry about saturation. Because there's someone who will look at runway and they'll say, I relate to bro. I like how he talking. He got a family. He, a little older, a little wiser. Then there's someone who might be like, oh, I like Darius' style. I like the way he talk, whatever it may be. So the difference is it's literally in the person. That's why I tell people the best way to be is their authentic self. Like there's someone who see you, bro. I see you running on the gram every day. This dude's just like, yo, I know that his mind's right because he run every day. And I know I don't want to get my ass out of bed and run every day. So I need to be around him, not even for his podcast shit, but because of what he represent. And then someone who might look at David Shane's like, oh, he seem a little older. He maybe even doing whatever.
Yeah.
But the difference is they going to rock with who's relatable.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the business real quick. That's interesting that you said you did all these businesses. Some of them failed. Did you keep one of them? Did you keep the Toro?
I kept the Turo for a little while. I just actually got fully out of the Turo probably like 6 months, 5-6 months ago.
Damn. So when you said it was failing, like how was you not doing the right
Turo
research?
wasn't feeling the Airbnb.
the
failed.
Airbnb.
Yeah,
and
it was on me. Rushing it,
Just
not
rushing?
doing the real research, just saying, and we do this as entrepreneurs because we look at other people. Oh, I want to be the dude that diversifies my money everywhere. So let me go get some Airbnbs now because I feel like it'll look cool. Now that wasn't it. I didn't do the right research because you got to see what areas are actually going to be profitable. I just trusted somebody who told me, yo, it's near Miami. And because it was near Miami, it wasn't Miami. It was Little Havana, which is like 27 minutes out the way. It wasn't profiting. In Tulum, I got into it because you hear Tulum Airbnb. I'm like, it's lit. But it, I don't want to say too much about the dude who was running it, but it didn't end up going as planned. That's all I'll say. So,
damn. Yeah. Yo, I was my friend, he's been he just said something that was super interesting I want to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting business funding like 2 years ago.
Okay.
But he never spent none of his money, right? And I'm like, bro, you got it. Why don't you spend it, right?
Yeah.
But he never spent none of the money. And I think he would like always go back and like get an increase in the credit.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't know they would give you an increase if you don't spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly they would give them.
Usually they don't. Usually you got to spend something, pay it back, and now you're building like receipts. Yeah.
So, but now, right, he got like probably like 100, probably, I don't know, a couple dollars on business, right? And he just bought his first development property, like investment property. And he's going to use all his business money funding to like go into the investment. And one thing he said that I thought was really dope was, he was like, man, it's crazy because like you would have thought I was holding on to all this money when I really was like, I was really saving technically, right? Like, I didn't look at it. He was like, he ain't look at it like that because like, it's just business money that you're holding on to. Like, he ain't know when he was going to use it.
Facts.
But the fact that he had it so long is in good standing. And he kept like getting more and more. He wasn't really waiting. He was really saving and making his money like double.
Compound.
Yeah, compound. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, do you suggest that? Or like, is it a better way or a quicker way or fast?
So the thing about that is, right, on these business credit cards, usually is a 0% interest period. So when you get the funding, let's say you go to Chase Income Limit, you got 12 months, 0% interest. After that 12 months, the interest is going up to 15, 20%.
Okay.
So what I would tell you is to have a plan for the money so you can put it to use. Let's say his development was, I don't know, took the whole 100,000. Cool, now he can put it down, start getting it right, start making some money from it, and now he got a cash flow business. So when the interest goes up, now he can be able to start paying them back. Right? So,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so usually faster. Better.
So you want to, faster so you don't have to pay that interest. But I mean, at the end of the day, even that interest, like, I don't know, hypothetically, if you get a crib,
yeah,
the interest you're paying on the loan is kind of like essentially would be your
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, interest
your rent
better than
or whatever.
but
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're using the money to make money. So even if there's interest, it ain't a bad play.
Right.
Just the best case scenario be zero. But yeah, hell yeah.
yeah.
If I got funding, I'm gonna use it.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Shit. That's dope. Yo, I want to talk to you about this investment shit, man. It's crazy because I think we always talk like time, but you gotta like learn something, right? Like I mean, I feel like I feel like the time is like the best thing to have. Like money for sure, but if you got the money, you need your time
for sure.
And I was saying that because like when I had a couple of dollars I invested in something, but like you said, like I was just listening to my man because I trusted him.
Yeah.
Man, I spent like $30,000, bro. I still ain't see nothing. And I'm like, bro, I ain't getting no millions of dollars. Like, nigga, that shit hurt. I'm like, shit, bro. Was the Airbnb the only thing that you kind of like invested in and took an L on?
Yeah, so I would say the biggest L was the Airbnb. After that, bro, transparently, I've only, outside of the car game, and that I only spent my money on coaching. Like I'll probably like close to 200,000 in coaching.
Damn.
Because every time I spend on it, I learn some new shit that make me more money. So I take it like I'll be a fool to not continue doing it. Now I'm kind of like, I got all the plays. Like I know all the plays. It's just about me executing at a higher level at this point. But yeah, bro, like I would tell a person, no, I'm not telling a person just go spend all your money on coaching. But what I am saying is if you're in a position where you don't got no bread, the only way that you're going to make some more money is by learning some new stuff. That's it. So, you know, you got to take that risk with somebody who has proven receipts. That's the biggest thing. People be talking about, oh, this person didn't deliver. Well, you went off the hype versus asking for receipts. Every coach I ever paid, I vetted them for a little bit of time. Like I know, oh, they helped this person. Let me reach out to that person separately and see. So that was it, bro. That's what I've been investing.
But you still got to put the work in though, which is
that's the part.
Put more time in.
Facts. You're not lying. At first though, then you have the, like right now, we got I got a team of 11 people. I got an operations manager because what I was doing was I was doing everything. And like you said, the point of business is to build something that can make you money without always having to be there 24/7. Otherwise, you might as well just have a job. But as you grow, we hired, first couple hires we had with some VAs. They're going to take away from all the little tedious stuff. I hate checking emails and checking in with customers and doing one-on-one onboarding calls myself. So we hired them. And then we get someone to oversee them. So now my business literally consists of me doing the marketing, me staying up to date with the latest game, and me showing up in coaching. Because even on our service side, now I hired a team who can do our applications from us and duplicate what I was doing before I hired them. Damn. So you always got to do it first because now you could put in place processes. If you just start off, everyone will be like, yeah, I want to get passive income. How you going to get passive income, bro? You ain't even got active income yet. You don't even know what to do to be able to make it passive yet. So I'll say first be in the business and then work on the business.
Damn. You spent 200,000 on just like self-development?
Yep. Coaching, programs, self-development, all that.
Yo, who was the person that you paid the most for?
The most I paid for was the most I paid for was selling from stage or selling from like virtual events. I paid my guy, it was $15K for a 2-day. $15K for a 2-day. But you got access to like Voxer. You know, like Voxer, the walkie-talkie joint?
I heard of that.
Yeah, it's like basically where you could communicate with them after the 2 days for like a year. But essentially what it did was it showed us how to sell from like live presentations or Zoom presentations, webinars, challenges, things like that, right? Because there's a formula. Like I think people think like you just get on there and you just give some game and then say who want to buy my stuff. No, it's a framework, getting people to believe in themselves, giving away a certain amount of value, transitioning into an actual point where you're gonna sell. There's a way you even pitch the offer. So I spent $15K on that for a 2-day. I spent $15K on another program that shows you how to basically sell higher priced products, right? Because that's something that most people are scared of. Most people, they don't even know that they could be charging 5, 10, or 15,000 because they never tried it. We just assume because based on how we think that ain't nobody gonna buy this. I remember, bro, the first time I sold a $30,000 offer, my coach had told me make the offer. In the whole week, I was kind of bitching. I'm like, nah, that's too much. I think 20K is good. He's like, do it at 30,000. Pitched the offer at 30,000. 3 people took it. My mind was holding me back because I didn't understand that there's people out there who could actually pay 30,000. I'm used to around the way. When I first started, credit repair 997. Funding is nothing up front. You just pay me 10% on the back end. But once you develop a belief and you understand that, most people by like how they sell, you understand that you can actually sell anything if the value's there.
How do you get the clients though? Like, where do you get the clients from?
So we drive traffic. Instagram is where most of our marketing is at.
At a $30,000 buy, like somebody's gonna find that on Instagram.
So what they're gonna do is so I call it conversation equals more conversion, right? So when I get someone from Instagram, what I do is I invite them to a free class. The free class, what happens is I get to show them who I am, tell them a little bit about me, give them some value. Then I might invite them to a multi-day class. So like right now, at the end of the month, we're going to be doing a 5-day challenge. So now they spend the free time. They're like, all right, bro, sound cool. Now allow them to spend 5 more days with me for $197, $497, or $997, depending on which package. Now, when I get to spend 5 to 6 days with somebody, they really get to see not just who I am and what I'm talking about, but I get to instill a belief in them. Because most people, the reason they're not where they are isn't because of the information they don't know. That's what they tell themselves, and some of it's because they ain't never shifted their mind to believe that they can actually do shit. So when I spend 5 days with somebody, we shift their beliefs, right? Like we spend mornings with them, then we come back in the evening, we give them some actual game, not just fluff. You gotta give them real game, and then we allow them to do Q&A. We do that for 5 days in a row. Now what you've done is, let's say there's 100 people on the 5-day event. If let's say only 10 people are willing to spend $30,000 to get to their better life. Now that's how you do a $300,000 day. That's how you see people doing these big days. But you have to spend more time with these people, and you have to actually show receipts. We got a framework, live testimonies from people who really getting results. And then what it does is it makes it easier because now they have confidence that they can go out and accomplish the same thing.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How much money you think? I don't want to get too personal, but like, how much money you think the average entrepreneur in your space is actually like bringing home? Like,
Bringing home.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of this stuff take money to promote. A lot of this stuff take money to go into the business, whereas though you ain't really seeing no money. But I'm just curious, like how much is, because I don't believe nothing, but I'm like, how much is niggas is bringing home?
No, that's a great question. So you're right. There is a lot of when I first got into this, I was seeing people would be showing their stripes and stuff. And, it might say $1 mil, $2 mil, $5 mil. And then when you get into the business, you realize you're putting money into advertising and stuff. So transparently, our business, we actually have great profit margins. So like, for example, in my business, every time I spend $1, we make $6. Right? We keep my operation manager, Susie, I just told you about it. She keeps track of all our numbers. Every week on Monday, we see what we spent this week, what we made. So our profit margin is about 65, 70%, which is considered pretty high. Yeah. Coaching space, some people get up towards 80. So like, for example, if we spend $10,000, right? Promoting a webinar or challenge, whatever it may be, my expectations is that we'll do 60,000, whether it comes right away or in the back end. Let's say, for example, I say, okay, it's $997, and let's say 20 people buy it, right? But then what happens is from the 20 people who buy, we know that some of them might upgrade to the next program, right? But as long as you know that, that's why it's important to have systems. Most entrepreneurs, they don't got no systems. They're just like, I'm selling this, and whoever buys, buys. But when you understand your process and your systems, it become easy. So we take home a good amount, bro. Like last year, we grossed like 1.25 in the last 12 months, and our take home was good. We took home about a little over a doctor's salary. So we kept like, 5 and some change transparently. And it's about keep living within your means, because what could happen is, like, I want to go get the Lambo now, but I understand that there's certain numbers that I said I wanted to do before going to get that. So it's about being disciplined enough to say, nah, you got to do that, because what happens is a lot of entrepreneurs, they'll live above their means and they'll be bringing in a lot, but you're not keeping a lot. And that's something you learn too. You learn along the way.
Yo, give me some game, all right?
Yep.
I think you did a podcast and y'all was talking about Rebecca. She was she worked out or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like a personal trainer or something,
Yeah.
right? Y'all did the whole breakdown. I want to do something different, something similar. How do you know when it's time to start coaching, right? And then what systems need to be in place first?
Okay, fire. So you are ready to start coaching when you can help someone. Simple as that. If you're at a level 3 and you want to help the 2s and the 1s, you can start. If you're at a level 8, you can help everybody, because the sooner you start, the sooner you grow. The best business to get better at what you do is coaching, because, bro, the reason when I was on $1 million worth of game, or even today, the reason I was able to answer all the questions or talk to them, give them all the sauce, is because I get the same questions every single day. If you start a podcast mastermind, you're going to get the same 20 questions to the point where you're going to get bored with them, but you're going to know it like the back of your hand. So that's the best time to start. All right. The next part of your question was, what systems do you need?
Yeah, like right now.
Okay.
Like right then and there.
You need school. So go to school.com, because that's going to be the platform for everything. You can have all your Zoom calls set up in school on the calendar. You could have your resources, like if you got ebooks or recordings, they all go in there, and it has automation set up so that you can remind people when all the classes are or all the coaching sessions are. And then what you could do is, it's a great place for people to be able to network, because now we can set up categories where it's like student wins or like Q&A. So literally, school platform bangs out. It takes away all these other apps that you needed before. The second thing I would say you need is just a Zoom account. I think it's $9.99 a month. And then the third thing you want is a CRM. So like Go High. You ever heard of Go High Level? So basically, Go High Level is going to allow text automations, email automations, and then workflows. So like if someone buys, essentially it'll be able to get them what they need, like get them on board and send them their course. That way you don't got to worry about manually having to call them or make sure they got their stuff. If you got those 3 platforms, you good. You could go run it up.
All right, hold up, bro.
Yeah.
Again, I'm somebody that make excuses, right? I get everybody's like, yo, Jay, you need to start coaching this podcast stuff, bro. Everybody asks you these questions. You help too many people.
Yep.
I feel like I don't have the clientele.
Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go to ChatGPT right now. You're going to say, give me a list of the 10 most common questions people have when it comes to starting a podcast. It's going to literally, based on research, give you all the questions that everybody want to know. So it's like, you ever been to church on Sunday and you like, dang, I feel like the pastor talking to me. It's because he already know all the common things everybody going. He knows some of y'all was out last night. He knows somebody was sitting this week, whatever. You're going to be that person now for the people in your industry. So it's called value content. The person who put out the most value content typically going to win. If you're giving away the most game, you're going to win.
And that's how you get your clientele.
That's how you get your, because now they trust you. Hey, here's where I go get my microphones for less than $2,000, right? Or here's how I took my podcast from, getting no views to now 10,000 views on a video. Here's the strategy, right? Or here's the top cameras that I use to be able to go set up my podcast. Now all you did was you alleviated all the doubt that I have about starting this podcast. So when I'm ready to go all in and pay, I'm coming to you.
Bro, that's crazy. It's funny that like I've gotten people told me like I need to coach a lot, but I've never gotten that. And that's what I mean when I was like, it was dope watching you on $1 million for a game, because you was able to break things down in just a digestible way. You know what I'm saying? Paul, like it was just a way that made sense. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I might try that, bro. But you know what I think we get in? We go wrong at, not go wrong at, but like get in our way. People that's successful, I feel like being scared to start something new and failing.
Facts.
As crazy as that sounds, because like we're so like you and me, somebody that's so successful, so confident, but he won't try nothing new because he want to stay with this. He want to keep doing what he's doing.
That's a fact. It's comfort. They say that the thing that keeps people from $1 million the most is being stuck at 500. Going back to what I said earlier, it's like it's easy to get comfortable if you coming from the neighborhood and you doing $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, because niggas wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So you like, man, I'm cool and this is working. So when I tell you, in order to get to your next level, it's going to take us to unlearn or relearn some stuff. You like, because that might take now a month or 2 of not doing what you're accustomed to doing. But that's the other side that's your next level. And most people just don't get there because they stuck. And that being stuck stuff, it's like it'll hold you back.
So what about this then? Again, more excuses, but let me just peep. So I'm still trying to get things in order for my podcast. Yeah. Right. It's things that I'm just trying to, like the scheduling down pat, just the basic fundamentals that I feel like I'm still working on. So I don't even want to start nothing else until I do that.
Nah, you start now because there's someone who needs to get where Jay Hill's at now.
But I'm saying for me, like, I don't know, just my back end stuff.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to make sure, like, I don't know, for example, that my 2 episodes drop every week at a certain time, every week for 3 months straight. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I get what you're saying.
It's little things I be forgetting. It's like, man,
Gotcha.
I know I'm barely up on game with this. So to add another thing to my plate is like, man.
That's great. Then what you should do is you should master that before getting to this, because like you said, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So you're right. Get your service base or your main thing up and going to the point where you know that not as hands off, but you know that you have a SOP, we call it just a standard operation procedure, where even if you needed someone else to be able to do the things, you could be like, all right, bet, I'm shooting the podcast. Maybe you send it to an editor or whatever, and then they know your whole process. So every week, your 2 episodes dropping at the same time. Then at that point, you like, I got a little downtime. I'm feeling good. It's been 3 months straight. Our 2 episodes drop. Now I feel like I could take on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my homie. He do credit too. And he was like, where we go wrong at when it comes to this funding thing is like kind of what you said. We try to like invest in things that got nothing to do with what we like, what we passionate about. Yeah. And that's how we like fail, right? And he was like, man, instead of like me putting a 30,000 in whatever I put it in, I should have put it in a podcast because that's what I do every single day.
Real talk.
And I'm like,
for real.
But I'm like, I guess me, you know what's funny? And this is gonna sound crazy. As successful as I am with this podcast, that's a sense of like being scared. I don't know the exact word, but like not believing in your business. Yeah, because it's like you put 30,000 into something else when you got a business to put 30,000 in. Like, how much do you really? How much faith do you really got in your podcast? Because why wouldn't you put it in this?
No, facts.
It's like, damn.
It'd be like that, bro. And it's like if you put it into that, like. Even like, do you do other people's podcasts? Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that brings a lot of traffic to you. So what would if you had 30,000 to put into this? What specific things would it go into? Like, what are some things it could go into?
Damn, that's a great question. Damn, bro, I don't even. I probably like now know what I know now. I probably would try to get 1 or 2 guests.
Okay.
That's something that I never thought I would do.
Fire.
Like paying for guests, but I would do that now.
Dope.
Probably marketing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, definitely marketing.
Word.
That's all I could think about. And probably.
How often do you put out clips?
Clips?
Yeah.
Not as much as I need to. I definitely probably invest in like
how many right now a week? So then that's your next level.
Yeah. So when transparent, we talk transparently, right? When I had my job, I had like a 6-figure job, whatever. I paid somebody to do clips.
Okay.
And we was doing, I was getting like 60 clips a month.
Fire.
Yeah, like that was my standard.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, when I couldn't pay him no more, I kind of slowed down. You know what I'm trying to say? I would definitely do that. Yeah. That shit work.
That's it, right? The big pause. You heard of Opus.pro?
Yeah, I don't like them.
You don't like their clips?
Not saying I just don't like none of the AI clips for some reason. Like Opus, there's a few of them. Opus got one.
Yeah,
I think Opus probably one of the better ones though.
Yeah, I've tested them all too. Opus is probably my favorite, but sometimes it don't hit like when you got the editor, the person.
But also, I feel like with people like you, like with Opus clips, and like this is just us popping shit. I feel like the shorter form content, Opus will hit better.
Yes.
But like my content be hours. You know what I'm saying? So like it don't really give me that sauce.
It might not be the everything in like the one because it's a long form.
You get what I'm saying? But if you're doing like some 10-minute videos, you can get Opus, you'll get right.
Break that shit
you'll get right. You get right. But like an hour podcast I put in an Opus clip, it just be like
it don't be the hitting like how you want. It makes sense.
Yeah, they probably give me the like they'll give me the little things that I hate, they'll give me the opening part of the interview. I'm like, bro, like what? Like,
why would you even make that a clip? Right? I know.
Nah,
I'd be like that sometimes. You're not lying.
Bro. So like, man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah. So you don't feel like it's no challenges right now? Like it's nothing that's
in my business. Yeah. Absolutely. Challenges for us, like you said, it's literally the same thing. Like putting more money, like transparently, like these podcasts. Like I love to tell the people just transparently, like these podcasts they cost, but they help you grow. Like I look at some of my peers, and they cooking in the game, and the people who are making more than me are spending more than me. So my next level is on the other side of now spending more, right? Like when I went on a podcast run last year, bro, I dropped damn near 100K in like 30 days.
Damn.
Yeah, different pods, bro. But the return is infinite. A year later, I'll be out. Yo, use on me, use on this. Yeah. And on our application, when people come to apply for our program, we just say, how did you find Darius? Was it Instagram? And then we have a few Marvin Francois podcasts. Was it Millionaire Mindset, Gillian Wallow? And they always let us know. And the podcast is still one of the ways that people found us. So I know that there's always a return. Even if it's not like right away, it's evergreen. Because y'all on YouTube.
You got enough time to like do your own podcast?
That's what I'm thinking, bro. I was just talking to my guy T. He work at that Rich and Fit gym, but they do like production or whatever. Yeah. I was gonna ask him like how to like set up like something like this? Should I hire someone? Or they got those studios where you could just go. So I'm thinking I want to start my own podcast, bro, in 2025.
Yeah, like even if it's not like interviewing people, like just I learned this from David Shanks. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because at first I was like, man, everybody don't need a podcast. And he broke it down effortlessly. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get millions of views, if you can build a small community, 10 people, like, you know what I'm saying? That's something.
Facts.
And on top of that, I think anybody that's a professional in something need to talk about it.
Facts.
Because then you sharpen your game, you learn more, and then like the best consumption, like just being honest, as a consumer, the best things I like to watch is people that know what they talking about.
Anything.
Anything. So it's like, bro, I feel like with me, it gets hard because like I came into the game as a podcaster. Yeah. Right? Now, if I did a podcast on being a podcaster, that probably would be fire. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I ain't never think crazy. I'm just saying, so like now I'm thinking like, yo, niggas that be having businesses need to have podcasts.
Facts. For your expertise.
Yeah, even if it's just for the sake of it, bro. Like, yo, just if it's for Q&A, let's just put it on the lower level. Like, even if it's just for Q&A, people, you don't have to answer people questions. They got a question, yo, check out this episode.
Check out this video.
Boom, it's gonna give you everything you need to know.
Now, that's so good. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I'm making a decision right now, live on the J Hill podcast. We starting the podcast 2025.
Bro, that'd be fire, bro. Yeah. And I mean, if you need, I help you. But I know Torn is it Tosin. Right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna come see you.
No, I'm saying it's all family. It's all family. Whatever you need help with.
Now my guys, they be busy, man. I be like, yo, T, what's up?
Nah, they be getting to it though. They be getting to it.
They do.
Damn, bro, that's so fire, man. How's everything else outside of the business though?
It's been good, man. Can't complain, bro. We're gonna travel. I like to travel. We're going to my birthday coming up in November. I'm actually doing a challenge. Make sure y'all tap in. And then December I'm gonna go to Dubai and I'm gonna visit my team in the Philippines.
That's hard. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how much all of that like lifestyle stuff is still marketing?
Crazy, right? I know. Every time I go to town, I'm like, damn, the views is on a whole nother level. All you gotta do is travel somewhere. But yeah, I say like with lifestyle content, everyone think it gotta be Lambos and yachts. It don't gotta be that. It could just be you doing what you do in your everyday life. You feel me?
You were saying you was thinking about moving, bro. How is like, again, I know the money is coming in, but how is it still being responsible though? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to, I don't want to say floors, I mean like splurge, because I don't want to say, you ain't really splurging, but like you can get caught up in the lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like
100%. You're going to learn. I tell you, life is the best teacher. To spend my first year out here, bro, I was outside. Like, that was the first time I get money. I was outside. The past, I would say 2024, I've been just more responsible, making better decisions, realize that like as quick as the money can come, the money can go.
Did you, and just being honest, was you being more responsible because you had to?
I was being more responsible because I realized I was making a lot but not keeping as much.
So you never got into the position where you had to, like you was forced to be more responsible.
No, just saying, how the hell do I make this number and at the end of the year only have this number left? Something ain't right. And if I'm educating people on how to do this, I gotta be a man of my word. Otherwise, you feel like you're not being transparent. Yeah.
You got a family?
Nah, I don't. It's just me. Yeah.
Well, shit. You lucky.
Yeah.
Shit.
You can keep a little motivated.
Nigga, what?
He said shit.
You lucky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. I was curious to know this. Why you ain't invest in club shit?
Because the average club shelf life, bro, it's shit like 3 years. Especially in like Atlanta. Like clubs don't stay around a lot.
No, not a club, but like maybe booking guests, booking talent for like just club promote.
Oh, something like that, right?
Yeah, like why you ain't do that?
That's a good question. Honestly, like the club, bro, I was in the night like 5 years and it was cool, great business, but I ain't really want to stay involved. Like even now, people be like, yo, would you ever invest in a club? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I would do it unless I was completely hands off.
Okay.
Because I was out, let me break it down. I had a Thursday night in the city, a Friday night, a Saturday night, and then long weekend Sundays. So I was in the club 4 nights a week for 5 years.
Sheesh.
You feel me? So right now, people like out here, let's go to the club. Like even my boys, we outside. I'm like, nah, I do like some cool little lounge shit, some R&B, some junk. Yeah, I'm not hitting no club. I'm good.
Wait, was you had your own parties? Like you was the main promoter?
I was the main promoter. Yeah. So I did. I always tell people like, just how I did this is how I did that. Like the first year when I quit my job, the bank, I was fresh out of school, whatever. I'm like, damn, my mom's about to roast me, bro. I'm like 22. You know, I just graduated college or whatever. But I realized the job's not for me just because I can't sit somewhere for 9 hours straight. So when I left, I had to figure it out. And I knew this girl, she was working downtown at the clubs. And I'm like, how did this thing work? Like, do you make money? And she was real. She was like, well, I don't really make that much money, but I get in and I get free drinks. I'm like, all right, is there money to be made? She said, yeah, that's the dude to talk to. So I met this dude, my guy Roy. He was running the nights. And then what happens, I'm like, yo, I need to make some money. I like this. Let me say, what's up? So the next day we met for lunch. I went out. I seen bro's crib. I seen his family. I seen how he living. I'm like, you do something else or just not? He's like, nah, just the club.
It's a lot of money. You talking about return on your investment?
That business is great. You going with nothing.
Crazy.
I was just passing out flyers, Facebook messaging. People come out. People start saying, oh, you just spamming whatever. But eventually, bro, like everything, if you stay in the game long enough, and then I got my own night like 9 months later. But my first night we sold out before even midnight. And yeah, that business was lit at times.
Yeah, I was thinking like, man, because when you was coming up to me, like, man, shit, why you ain't investing like now, booking talent?
Yeah.
We put the bread up because,
Facts. I know.
The return is ridiculous,
It is,
bro.
And I know because we bought people out. Like we bought what's her name? What's Cameron's old girl? Cameron's girl. We brought the Claremont twins out in Atlanta. We brought the dude from Nick Cannon's show out, Conceited. I brought Capri Hernandez from New York out. We brought a lot of guests out. So the return's definitely there.
Man, you should think about that, bro. Even if you don't like go, because you don't have to go into. You could be a solid investor.
You could just be, yeah, you can.
That'd be fire.
That would be. What's up? Let's talk about it.
That'd be fire. No, I used to do clubs in Baltimore.
Okay.
So like, I used to host a lot, and then I got into having my own events.
Dope.
Yeah. So like,
Fire.
yeah, that. But then I moved. I moved during my peak. That was crazy.
That's how it be. That's how it be. Because you gotta make a decision. Like, do I want to keep doing this?
Damn,
It's
bro.
a good business though.
So what you got coming up next, man?
So at the end of this month, I'm gonna be doing a 5-day challenge where I'm gonna be showing people how to essentially turn credit into cash. We're gonna show you how to get access to the funding. We'll build your credit, get access to the funding, and then what to do with the money. Because a lot of people, they teach how to get the funding, but you know, my thing is like over deliver. So we're gonna show you once you get this money, some ways that you can start making money, so you can get to a point where you make your first 10,000 all the way up towards getting to 6 figures a month. So.
Well, that's hard, man. Did we miss anything?
Now make sure y'all shoot me a message on Instagram at Darius Benders. Just DM me the word impact, and I'm gonna send y'all free invites or something.
No, this is fire, bro. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you.
And like I said, man, whatever you need help with, man, I'm here, bro. Like,
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We already tapped in.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, this is good, man.
My
Darius
God.
Benders, Mr. J Hill Podcast is wrap. We out.